Anywhere between a 15 to 19% registration dollar lift in that first year.
All right, I'm excited to be joined here with Todd Thueson, who's representing a brand that needs no introduction in our space, obviously. But we are here at the Texas Association of Campground Owners Convention in Conroe, Texas. Todd, thank you for joining us. Can you just tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're doing here?
We're with KOA. My job is to make everyone's campground dreams come true. So entrepreneurs, institutional buyers, we help them either take their existing park and convert it to a KOA. If they have a piece of land or they're looking to buy a KOA, we help them through that process as well. We add anywhere between 15 to 25 campgrounds to our growing system of over 500 every year. And this is a lot of fun. So I'm here just meeting with prospective campground owners that want to become KOA.
So your ideal customer, your target customer through an event like this is a campground owner, operator who might consider converting over to a KOA. Why would someone want to convert to a KOA?
Great question. So obviously the brand recognition, so much comes with being a franchise when it comes to your reservation software. You show up on the directory, you show up on the map. We're the most recognized name in outdoor hospitality. In fact, we were just recognized with a group called Sochi, which does some AI generative search and a partner with us. And out of all the top 100 brands that show up on their list, we're the only hospitality brand that showed up in the top 100. That's both in just general search as well as AI search. So we're kind of there where campers and owners are trying to meet and get people to come and stay at their campgrounds. So it's a pretty exciting time.
Fantastic. So I'm assuming there's going to be somebody that's watching this that's thinking, I've thought about KOA and I might be interested in exploring it, or they might be thinking, I've never thought about that before. So what makes a really good KOA campground, and who should really be considering this as an option?
So, well, anybody. You typically want to have a campground that's somewhere around 75 to 100 sites to start, but we have campgrounds that are several hundred sites. We basically partner with you to take where you're at, drive up reservations, do site improvements. More sites isn't always the best thing. Better sites is the best thing. And so we have a whole design services team that helps you take your current layout, maybe adjust it, maybe add some patio furniture and campfire rings. Maybe we want more cabins. Maybe you want to do a tree house. You can do all kinds of stuff within the KOA area of your campground. And then all what we provide is the name, the reservation software, marketing, design services, a whole list that if you were to go out and try to do all that on your own, you're going to spend twice as much as if you did it with us.
So basically you're allowing somebody to come in, take advantage of a very well-known and very well-trusted brand, provide them a lot of tools, tricks, resources, help to help them run the most profitable campground that they can possibly run.
Yep, that's right. And most campgrounds, when they join us, usually within their first year after we've gone through all the onboarding and rebranding, you get your own KOA.com page. We have a national marketing group that drives eyes and clicks to your local campground reservation page. We see anywhere between a 15 to 19% registration dollar lift in that first year.
Wow.
And about 11 to 15% in each of the sequential years. And so there's an immediate lift that comes with KOA. And then you got a brand partner. We have an amazing network of vendor and an association that's as robust as there is in the industry. We have a huge convention every year where everyone gets together and networks, helps each other with their parks. We support and help facilitate 20 groups across our network. So you get paired up with campground owners and you talk business, what's working, what's not. And we really just want to lift the entire industry.
I love that. And let's just take a look at this map real quick. We can see that there's, what did you say, 500 KOAs on the location?
Plus.
So there's 500 plus on the map here. Now, we primarily operate in Texas. We do some work in other states, but Texas is a big market, but Texas is a pretty consistent market in weather and temperature. But when you're talking about a Texas campground, it's going to operate very different from a campground in the Dakotas or in Wisconsin, for instance. So the fact that you guys are representing so many parks in so many different places means that you probably got a very well-educated opinion on different markets, how to operate in them. So I don't want to drill into how to make a particular park in a particular market more successful, but let's just look big picture, 50,000 foot view. What are some of the things that any campground owner, whether or not they're KOA or something else, need to be doing or implementing into their business or educating themselves on in 2026 if they want to be successful?
Yeah, so I'll just make a plug. We just released our 2026 Camping and Outdoor Hospitality Report. This is something that KOA commissions every year. We're seeing some very interesting trends, camping trends with that. In the wake of COVID, where everyone went out and bought RVs, and now there's a lot of RVs out there. People took a lot of trips. We're seeing people maybe not taking as many trips. They still have their RVs. Maybe they're only getting out once a year. And so working with us to market, to try to get extend their stay when they come and stay, or come back on another trip. The other big trend we're seeing is that a lot of campers that used to come into camping through, they would just, I'm going to go camping. I'm going to buy a tent. And all KOAs offer some tent sites. They'll come and stay as a tent, and they go, oh, maybe I want to be an RV. We're seeing a pretty big shift over to people looking for deluxe accommodations like cabins or other those, and they're coming into camping through the cabin now. So owner KOAs, those that are adding like 1 or 2 deluxe accommodations, ideally it's 3, because then you can really tell what your demand is, are seeing high occupancy and reservation on deluxe accommodations now, which is kind of a newer trend. A lot of Gen Z and millennials are coming in that way now. They're finding us through Instagram. So one thing that we talk about a lot is your park Instagrammable, right? Are you going to show up there? Do you have a marketing and a social media presence that people are going to find you? These new generations of campers, that's where they're looking. And so we've got a whole marketing team and playbook on how you can do that. We're there to partner up with you and help that happen.
And I know exactly what you mean. We have some clients who
You probably fit that demographic.
I would probably be in the gym demographic that doesn't actually want to talk to anybody. I just want to book online, right? But I have some clients who they don't even have email on their phone, right? So he'll call me and say, hey, if you're going to email me anything, it needs to be before 3 o'clock on Friday, because I'm going to take off to the ranch. And so he's not the guy to talk to about the technology and the SEO, but that doesn't mean he doesn't need it. You know, I was talking with Jeff Kreider earlier, and one of the things that he said is that park owners have this tendency, especially new park owners, have this tendency to want to come in and just everything, automate everything, AI everything. And I know from the older generation of RVers, that's not what they want. They want the face-to-face. They want to talk to somebody. They want to have their questions answered. But that's not everybody, right? My generation, we might want to pull up, not talk to a single soul, and that's what's going to make our trip better. So how does a campground owner who might be on one of those 2 ends of the spectrum, maybe really weak in the other end of the spectrum, how do they start implementing some of these changes into their business so they can accommodate more guests?
It's a great question. I'll try to give my brief. This is just my opinion. I think getting eyes on how people find where you are and get to your campground is one problem. That technology is really where you have to lean on. Just people driving by and pulling into your park, unless they know you or see the KOA sign, they may not do that. So really getting your name out and recognition and getting people there. But once they're there, it's a very different experience. And so true hospitality is face to face. They know you. You actually over time become the brand of the park. Yes, it's a KOA, but this is Mike and Cindy's park in Goodland, Kansas, or something like that. So they want to come back. They realize that there's still this human element, and it can go both ways. Right now, you have the technology for someone like you that may not want to really interact a lot when you get there. We get that a lot. A lot of people will show up at the campsite late. They're tired. They've been on the road. They just want to get to their site. And there's some best practices you can put in place to easily have them register and get to their site, handle all the business the next day. But then some that come to enjoy the social aspect of it. They want to meet their neighbors. They may want to stay a week. They may stay a month. They may stay a whole season. All campers can do all of that at a KOA.
That's fantastic. Last question for you. It's our parting question. Just what do you want somebody who's watching this, and the target audience again is park owners or prospective park owners. What's one message you'd like to get out to the world about KOA or about the current state of the market, or what comes to mind?
So it's a business where you can do really well. You can build wealth, but you also just enjoy being in the outdoors, connecting with other people, living and breathing the outdoor life. It's the best of both worlds if you like that kind of thing. So if you want to talk about how to do that, make that happen, just come to us and we'll help. Go hit ownakoa.com. It's where you can find out how to become a KOA franchise.
Perfect. And that was ownakoa.com. Todd, thank you so much for your time. Really enjoyed the conversation, and I wish you good luck at the rest of the convention.